Hi everyone, my name's Nurse Phill, founder of Support Worker Hub, and welcome to the Community Builders Show. This is where you come and you find out a lot of stuff that you can do for your participants and how to improve their capacity and also get them good community access. And today we're really focusing on a lot of good community access. We have Gary Elliott from Leisure Options on. So welcome today, Gary. Thank you for taking your time to spend with us.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks for having me on.
No worries. So, Gary, what's the name of your business and what do you do?
Look, Leisure Options is a licensed travel agency, but we specialise in providing supported holidays and travel for people with both intellectual and or physical disabilities on a national and international level.
Oh, so you go international as well?
We do indeed, yes. Yep. We've been doing it since 1994.
1994. Oh my gosh, that's even before NDIS was even thought about.
Well and truly.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool. So what made you start Leisure Options?
Well, I wish I could take all the kudos for starting Leisure Options, but I didn't. I actually took over in 2010 from the original owner who started it in 1994. And it was based in a local regional area, and we moved it to Melbourne, where we are now, and then have gradually grown and expanded to where we are today, running about 80 holidays on average a year.
Oh wow, 80 holidays. So what sort of for support workers out there, what sort of clients do you take? So they got an idea, oh, that might be good for my client. That'd be a really good idea for a holiday. Do you have sort of like a criteria of certain people that you take?
Yeah, look, it's a good question, Phil. We take a range of abilities. So we have different ratios, 1:4, 1:3, 1:2, 1:1. And then we have categories as well. So what we do when you look at our brochure with all our holidays, we're trying to marry up people with similar abilities on those holidays. So we try and tailor them to specific groups of people. And we take a range from really independent right through to someone in a wheelchair requiring a hoist and transfer as such. So some holidays are specifically just for our independent categories, so our 1:4 people. And then other holidays are for our people with mobility aids. And then sometimes we have holidays that cover for a range of all of those abilities.
So, so do they jump on your website and find that sort of detail?
You can find a lot of that information on our website. It's quite a comprehensive website with lots of different tabs and lots of information. And then you can also directly call us or email our reception and we can provide you some further information.
You can talk through it. No, that'd be good. No, that's brilliant news. So what sort of people would actually be excluded from being able to have a holiday?
Look, up until the NDIS came in, we never really excluded anyone unless they were, violent or aggressive and therefore pose a significant risk to our staff and other travellers. With the introduction of the NDIS, there's a lot more compliance around people who have higher complex needs. So people who are PEG-fed, people who have restrictive practices, they now, we actually can't support those types of people due to the compliance requirements and additional training and specific training on those individual people in order to take them away.
Yeah, right. So so it's a lot harder to cover off and say what you can do and help them, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So is it possible to do, I know you do national and international, do you do local tours as well? Like if people just want to get away for a couple of days?
Yeah, so look, we do local trips as part of our criteria on our options and our itineraries, but we also offer respite. So we actually we're based in Melbourne. We actually have a modified home in Anglesea on the Great Ocean Road, walking distance to the river and the beach. And that's been modified to support most ranges of disabilities. And we also have our own vehicles. So we have a fully converted Kia Carnival and a 12-seater commuter bus that's also been modified to assist with people with mobility aids.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, Anglesea's a nice part of the world, so
It is.
good to get out there. What activities can they do down there in Anglesea?
Look, yeah, really, there's a myriad of material that you can do down at Anglesea and along that Great Ocean Road. I mean, just driving along the Great Ocean Road is quite spectacular.
Yeah,
You can drive for quite a long time, seeing the views and visiting the towns along the way. But look, we often will visit the Otways. We'll go to zoos. There's some smaller zoos down that area. There's some paddle boat riding. A lot of bushwalking if they want to do some bushwalking. The house itself, we've got some surfboards, so G boards, which is what beginner surfers learn on. So we have some surfboards and some boogie boards. So over summertime, we endeavour to try and get them out in the water if they're comfortable. So just giving them options to explore as many activities as they want.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Do they still have the glowworms up there? Do they still
They
have?
do, yes. Yeah. They have the glowworms there. And also we go to the glowworms on the Gold Coast too.
Oh, do you come up to the Gold Coast as well?
Spend a lot of time on the Gold Coast. Actually, as we speak, we've got a group there now where when they come back, another group will go next week and then another one after that as well.
Yeah, right. So come and get a bit of sun while it's winter down there.
Yeah. We get out of Victoria in winter time.
Yeah, I can imagine. Do you ever take anyone to the snow? Do you ever have a snow tour?
Yes, look, we have run over the course of my time. We've run a number of trips to the snow. We've got one going next month to Marysville, so that's Lake Mountain, so it's more snow play than anything else. But we have also frequented Mount Buller before with some individual holidays and a couple of small group trips.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. What about the outback? Do you ever venture out there, go to Birdsville or go to the Ayers Rock or anything?
Yeah, look, Ayers Rock or Uluru is
Uluru.
a popular destination. We have been there. We did go to the Kimberleys this year, so we had a few people go up to Kununurra.
Oh yeah.
And yes, I stayed up in there, did a flight over the Bungles. And went out onto Lake Argyle and looked at that whole terrain and gave them a really good insight into what the outback can offer.
It is. It's beautiful. There's a big cattle station out there. Not Escott. What is it?
El Questro.
El Questro.
Yeah.
Did you manage to get a tour there?
Haven't been to El Questro. Well, I have, but personally, the business, no, we haven't been to El Questro as a holiday opportunity yet.
Yeah. See, yeah, it's a good spot out there. So well done. So you guys really do have a lot of range. So what about internationally? Where's some places that you've been that have been really cool?
This year we visited LA, so we went to Disneyland and Hollywood and San Diego. That's a fairly I won't say common one, but it's a popular one. We've also been to Singapore, Hong Kong, Hawaii, Fiji is quite popular as well. New Zealand, very, very popular. This year we've also got a European Christmas trip on in December. Yeah, look, we try and give an opportunity, at least 2 opportunities throughout our calendar to get overseas.
Yeah, really good. What do the support workers need to have in, like, if they're doing the overseas trips? What do you need for them to be able to assist with their clients?
Well, they firstly need a passport. That would be the number one criteria. Look, for all of our people that have come on board with us, everyone needs to have an NDIS check now. Working with Children's Check is optional. It's not compulsory. CPR and first aid is compulsory. They must have that. We also have some online training that they must complete in order to come on board with us. And then we look at their experience. Where have they worked? What sort of interest do they have in this field? And then we go from there. So it doesn't exclude anyone who doesn't have any experience. We have had people that are studying in this field and therefore have a genuine interest in helping and supporting people. So someone who might be studying nursing, for example, or psychology. We've had quite a few of those types of students come through, but generally it's a mixture of experienced and people who have a genuine interest in the business.
Yeah, that's really good. Well, and you'd have to have a lot of, you'd have to be like a MacGyver, wouldn't you? Because you'd have to think on the fly with a lot of things.
Correct. Yeah, you do need to be relatively calm under pressure. You do need to be able to think clearly and be creative with your problem solving, because, as you know, in disability, you have to expect the unexpected.
You sure do. You sure do. Yep. No, that's good. So if they're traveling out of the country, because a lot of people with disability do have health issues, they do have health related issues and things like that. How do you help them? Like, because I know a lot of people that are quite anxious about travel and things because they're worried about the medical care they receive if they go to another country, or will they get the right care they need when they travel over there if something, if something happens to their health. How do you help with that sort of area?
Well, for anyone that's traveling, anyone's traveling anywhere in Australia, we recommend travel insurance. It's not compulsory. However, when we do travel overseas, it is compulsory. Whether we issue the policy or not is not important. What's important is they do have effective cover for medical needs, particularly overseas. And then part of the person's application is we get to review what sort of medical needs they have and potential issues that might arise. So sometimes we might advise someone that it's not advisable to go to that country or take that particular trip. But in saying that, we also have a clinical nurse with 30 years ICU experience on board as part of the company. So we'll also liaise with her to help us make good decisions about whether we feel that we can support that person to take them away.
No, that's very good. Yeah, because you do need that clinical expertise to be able to go, what can we do? What can't we do? And how can we best support this person? So that's very comprehensive. So when people come to leisure options, you've really covered a lot of the bases, haven't you, to make sure that they're having a great time, that they're well supported, and their health and medical stuff as well. So that's brilliant.
Yeah, that's you've nailed in one, Phil. It's not just about taking anyone and everyone away. It's about making sure that the environment is right and suitable for them, and that we can support their needs as required.
Yes, no, that's brilliant. Where's a destination you want to go that you haven't been to yet?
Oh, look, I think Alaska or the Antarctica, which
Yeah.
we do have Alaska and a cruise on our calendar. We've already got a few people on there. I think that will be a spectacular place for our guys to experience.
Oh, go up to Alaska. That'd be amazing. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah. That'd be a cool tour.
Yeah.
So is that a cruise, is it? Up there?
There's a cruise component and there's some land based in Canada as well. So it's a mixture of
Wow.
both.
Yeah, wow. Wow, that's exciting. Jump
Yeah.
on now. Otherwise you miss out. Yeah, that's good. And how many people you're looking to take there?
Oh, look, we don't have any minimum numbers as such, Phil.
Oh,
So,
okay.
we have a holiday guarantee. So if we only got one person, regardless of whether we have budgeted for 3 or 5 or 10, if that one person wants to go, then we'll wear the additional costs and we'll take them away. But look, a tour like that, it'd be perfect with 6 to 8 people. Would be a really nice size.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's really good. So if someone wants to go somewhere and you're only going to fill one or two spots, you'll still go. So you don't
Absolutely.
post. You're not like the aeroplanes that go, sorry, it's not full enough. We're cancelling that bad boy. Let's jump on the next one.
That is correct. Yeah, look, we don't have any minimum numbers. So I think if you look at other competitors in this space, they do have minimum numbers. But from our perspective and from where I sit, it takes a lot of planning and preparation to take someone away on holidays, both at our end, but also we appreciate how much work goes in at the person with the disabilities end and the people supporting them, the amount of planning and preparation they put in to have that taken away at short notice can throw their whole world in disarray. So we've put it out there to say, if someone books on a holiday and they pay a deposit, then we will guarantee you we'll take them away.
You're going away. And speaking of going away and like having people, how did you go through COVID managing holidays with people, especially in Victoria? Because you guys got locked down for like half a century, felt like anyway.
I was going to say it felt like it.
Yeah.
Look, like everyone in the travel space, yeah, I to this very day, March 2020, it just came to a screaming halt, just completely stopped. So there was no travel. And I guess after about a month, it really dawned on us that this wasn't going away and it could become the norm for an extended period. So we then looked at what assets and resources we had at our disposal, and obviously having the house down at Anglesea and a couple of vehicles, I had staff both locally and in regional areas. So we put together a bit of a respite option for our travellers, and we put that out to our entire database, not knowing how receptive people would be, but by that stage, everyone was starting to get quite restless. And we just got inundated with requests to take people down to Anglesea. So we got permission to do one-on-one travel. So we use one staff, one client. We go and pick them up from their house, take them down to Anglesea. We had to go through a few police roadblocks and checks, but it was we had appropriate paperwork to get approval to do it. So we would present that, they would let us through, and that gave them an opportunity just to have some time out at a different environment. And then obviously as things started to unwind, Melbourne might have been locked down, but regional areas were open. So we were able to use regional staff and regional clients, and they had a bit more freedom to get out and about down at Anglesea. So it turned out to be really fortuitous for us, and it really gave us some additional support through that period, and we got through it quite well.
Yeah, well done, well done. Especially having a house on the beach, and where people, because a lot of people are just stuck in their homes, aren't they, all year round?
Yes.
And it's just that relief of going, oh my God, I can just look at the water, even if that's what it is, you know what I mean, or get out. But being able to have that ability to go and just recharge, refresh, that is brilliant service. So, what do a lot of clients say when they go down to Anglesea?
Oh, look, I think they just love the actual environment. It's a small little beach town. It's got a nice river running through it. We can walk to the beach and walk for miles. You can also go bushwalking. It's just a lot of kookaburras around where we are as well. So it's just a very relaxing beach holiday, so to speak. And we still use it today, even for respite. That we've maintained that, and people are still going down there just to have some time out because it's so refreshing.
Yes, yeah, it would be. I think a couple of footy players live down there, don't they?
Yeah, yes, there is. There's a couple of Geelong players that don't live far from our house. Yes.
Yeah, so they all hang down there and come back. So it's a great part of the world to get out there and get visiting. So, and how do if you've got a support worker and you've got just say you've got a client that's a bit anxious, a bit probably not used to traveling, haven't probably had a chance to travel or anything like that, and how do you help them go on a holiday?
Look, usually at the start, if someone is quite anxious, we always recommend maybe just a weekend away down at Anglesea as a starting point. So like baby steps to moving to maybe a 4 or 5 day holiday that way. So often if they're able to come into the office, we'll have a meeting with them so they can be introduced to our office and our business and our staff. An alternative to that, we can go to their house and do a visit at their house if they're more comfortable with that. And obviously with technology now, we can also jump on Teams and do a meeting that way. So we try and give them an opportunity to meet the team that they're going to be working with, or even the person that might be supporting them, to give them some familiarity so that when they do start that trip, that they at least can have some degree of comfort knowing they've spoken with that person and they know who they're going to go away with.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So yeah, they get a lot of support even before they go to know, and you can really map it out with them what they're going to see and do.
Correct.
And
And
give
they
them
can
a
have a
chance.
say in that as well, particularly if it's an individual trip. They get a say in what they're going to be doing and how they do it and when they do it, and they're quite welcome to change that itinerary as well.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's really good stuff. Have you got a funny story of taking someone away?
about funny story. Got lots of well, look, for me, I guess when you're going away, all your inhibitions are left at home. And that's great that the environment that we work in and the people that we are fortunate to take away, they actually bring us out of our shell. And yeah, look, I've done a few trips where I've been dressed up and I've had makeup put on and funny hair color, but it's all in the name of fun and laughter, and really that's what it's about. And if they're enjoying themselves and they want to take the mickey out of me sometimes, that's okay.
It's all good. No, that's awesome. Yes. I remember I talked to a support worker who took someone to the Fink in the middle of Australia, like drove there in a bus, and they broke down in the middle of the night, and the stories that he had about it was just, I was like, oh, you poor love.
I can only imagine,
yeah. So it was exciting times, but it is good. It's really good for support workers to do something else besides just doing the same thing every day. Get out there, take your client out with you, go on a holiday, have something prepared, and they can talk about it, can't they, before the holiday comes? They can do things to prepare for it, can't they?
Absolutely. I mean, some of the families perhaps won't notify their son or daughter that they're going away too far out because they get so excited that it's a daily conversation and constant in their minds. But yeah, look, we have a bit of a process that we follow. We're sending them some information, a suggested packing list. They'll get a program, so like an itinerary of what we're going to be doing as well. So it's a slow build up to a point where they're going to go away. But I guess, just in the community and people working in that space, yeah, look, taking them out and teaching them, how to shop and how to purchase things and how to, review their money when they get changed. So it's just those little tasks go a long way in building confidence and allowing that person to explore further and wider. So yeah, all those bits contribute.
Yeah, so that's good. So that you're actually building their capacity as well as community access, because they're learning to manage their money, know where the hotel rooms are, read a bus timetable, read a train timetable, and actually put all that together in a different place to where they live. So,
Correct.
So they're in it. Yeah, that's really good. That you must see a lot of growth out of a lot of people when they go away.
We do. I guess that's the intangible aspect of our business that we have a lot of people that have been away with us for a long time, and you can see the journey that they've taken from the very first holiday where they were frightened to perhaps go further than a few hundred meters away or a few hundred kilometers to now exploring on a worldwide scale. It is very fulfilling, and that's a really great part of what we do. We get to see just how much impact holidays and travel can have on people and their confidence.
It really does. It really does. Is there anything else that I've missed that you want to talk about? Is there any other part of leisure options that you go, oh, let's have a chat about that?
I guess from a support worker's perspective, it's important to understand that whilst the NDIS don't pay for holidays as such, where people get confused, that they will actually still contribute. So you can still utilise funding within your plan to contribute to the cost of your holiday, because if you need support to go away on holiday, then that funding can help provide funding for that support, for that person to be able to support you to go away. So you can actually use funding from your plan to contribute to the cost of your holiday.
Okay. So what do people have the perception that NDIS won't fund it so they can't go on holiday? Is that what they think?
Yeah, look, it can be a perception, and if you speak in the language that the NDIS speak in, that they will say we do not fund holidays, and that is correct. However, they will fund the care component for a person to go away on holidays.
So that they'll make sure that they if a client wants to go away and they need a support person with them, NDIS will pay for that support person to give support wherever that person wants to be.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But they won't pay to go to Disneyland and on the rides and all that sort of stuff and the plane fares. That's out.
Correct.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's fair enough. And does the NDIS pay for the travel of the support worker, or does that come to the client?
So what was the question? Sorry, Phil.
So does the support worker have their travel paid for, or does a client have to pay for their travel?
Well, it's built into the price. So when you're doing a costing for a holiday, you incorporate the support work within that costing. That's generally how you would do it. And then when we do the invoicing, we break it down into two components. There's an NDIS invoice, which will list all the line items and the amount coming out. And then there's the personal traveller's invoice, where that is going to be their component, and that's what they have to pay out of their pocket.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you cover them both off and make sure. Oh, that's really good. So you do all the hard work for them, so they can just go and have a look and go, right, this is all the line items, and check it through and make sure it's all meets what their needs are.
That is correct. Yep.
That's really good.
And all parties are informed, so all parties get copies of those that information and the invoices. Yes,
so they're ready to go. No, that must be a lot of work in the back end to get all those line items right. You know?
There's a lot of work logistically in pulling together a holiday. Yeah, because you could have 8 people going away, and 4 or 5 of those have got very specific schedules because they might be coming from interstate or far regional areas. So whilst our meeting time might be these guys, we have to work their schedules to be able to get them there. So sometimes they're travelling a day beforehand. Sometimes they're doing what we call a post-night stay or pre-night stay. So a lot of logistics in pulling all that together in order to get that group together to take them away.
Where's the furthest client you've had then, if you've taken them from regional areas?
WA.
Oh, WA come over.
Yes.
Wow. And then you get them into Melbourne and then send them on holiday.
Yes.
That's almost a holiday in its own, isn't it?
Well, yeah, just about. The flight from WA, it's about 5 hours. Yeah, we've had quite a few from Western Australia. Yep.
Yep. So they come over and then go. You didn't take them to the Kimberleys after that, did you?
No.
Yeah.
They generally want to come and see Melbourne.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True. Fair enough. Yep. They come and check it out. And do you take people to shows and things then? Like if there's like shows on, like you got the Princess Theatre in Melbourne and things like that.
Yeah, look, that's actually a pretty interesting question, Phil. We don't do like 1 day or 2 day trips or even one-off events. It's not really our market. Okay. In saying that though, if we've got a group coming to Melbourne to do a trip in Melbourne, we can certainly incorporate, if there was something on, we can incorporate that into the tour. If we're doing an individual holiday, that's something that we can definitely do. So we've done someone who's gone to the tennis, the Australian Open in January, Melbourne Cup. So those one-off events, generally we tie in with an individual holiday where the holiday's tailored specifically for that person. And then we can incorporate other activities that might be on in Melbourne at that time.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, so you can, make it a full experience.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely full experience. That is so good. That is brilliant. Well, thank you for your time today. Been really appreciated, Gary. So, and I hope that support workers got a lot of information out there, and I bet you there's NDIS participants too that are probably watching. And like holidays are a thing you can do. It's really go and speak to Gary and the team at Leisure Options, and as you heard, they'll get you sorted. They'll plan it out with you. So if you have any questions, they'll obviously put it all together in a big package so everyone's on the page. Is that about right, Gary?
That'd be it, Phil. Yep. Thank you very much for having me on. They can also go to our website where they'll see our brochure, which has got all the group holidays on there, and it's also got a lot of other information. And if they want to receive a hard copy, we can mail it to them as well. Oh,
that's brilliant. Can you give us your website address and any other contact information you want to give?
Yeah, sure. So the website's www.leisureoptions.com.au, and our phone number 1300 367 713.
713. Beautiful. Thank you very much for your time today, Gary. Really appreciate it. And
sorry, I think you got my own wrong. I think got the wrong number there.
It's
It's 1300 363.
363.
Yeah, 713.
So 1300 363 713.
Yeah,
That's to get
that's
Gary and the team
toll-free.
at Leisure Options.
Fantastic.
Well, that's brilliant, buddy. Well done. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And thank you, Gary, from Leisure Options coming on. And to everyone at Community Builders Show, it's been another great show today. Hope you got a lot out of it. Get your participants, have a look at having a holiday and seeing where they want to go. You can go somewhere really local, or as Gary said, you can go international. So it's whatever they want. Have a look and see how it can all work. So brilliant. Thank you so much for your time, Gary. Wish you good health. And to everyone out there, take care, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye
Thanks,
for
Phil.
now.
Thank you.